Hello, this is Maya. I am broadcasting from the UK, and today it's going to be just me chatting and a little bit of, well, I don't know if you can call it an update as to the crochet and knitting, so on, but there will be some of that as well. I won't be most probably posting for at least a couple of weeks. Because my husband's coming back today, as in late today, and he'll only be here for a short period of time. So I want to spend some time with him, obviously, but also because we have a lot of business things that we need to organize and discuss and so on and so forth. So that is the other reason. So I will try to fit in a video or two, but I don't want to make any promises. I'll do it as often as I can. And in the same moment, you've that had requests, I know sometimes it takes a while until the request comes up, as in a video from a request, but they're all noted and taken note of. So please be patient with me. It will happen eventually, unless I say strictly no to something, which doesn't very often happen, but there are a few cases. So let's stop rambling. Let's get on with some of the things. Now, please, this is a gross warning for those who don't want to see washed but worn socks. Look away, because I just want to show you something. Okay, first I want to show you, these were made or finished February 2017. Now, for those that are squeamish and so on, just look away. When I say squeamish, I mean those who don't like seeing worn socks. Okay, these are washed, but they're worn. Okay, remember, these were done in February 2017. Can you see that? Okay, this is, oh, I'll check out, actually. I can't remember what yarn this was. I'll check it out if I've written down. So this is, and now watch this. This is even worse. I think this is always the left. I think it's the left. Now, look at this. You see that? And these are this is a sock yarn, as far as I remember, with quite a high percentage of nylon in it, or something of the sort, to make it a sock yarn. So this is stuffing for dogs' toys now. This is what happens to me all the time, and that is why I don't spend so much time in constructing beautiful socks. I know my patterns that I've written are constructed, what I call beautifully constructed socks. Not because I'm tooting my horn about them being beautiful, but because it's taken time to develop the pattern, time to knit it up, time to write it down, and so on and so forth. And I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. But with some sock yarns, well, it's just a year old, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I do wear my socks quite a lot. Now, I just want to show you, remember the energized socks, and I think these were made, I knit these up 2013. I think it was June 2013 when I finished these. Now, this as a comparison. Okay. I called them the energized socks, the flagel heel. Okay, yeah, they're getting a little bit thinner, but these are the ones I wear most. right? These are the ones I wear most, and they get chucked into the washing machine and the dryer, all the things you're not supposed to do, but I haven't got time. Truth is, I have not got time to wash a pair of socks by hand and leave them to dry for a week, because that's how long it takes in the winter. I haven't got that many pairs of socks, number one. And number two, I haven't got the time. So everything gets thrown into the washing machine and thrown into the dryer in winter. Not in the summer, of course, I hang stuff out. So somehow I've got fluff on these. Must have washed it with a blanket or something. Anyway, so that's the comparison. Now this wasn't even intended to be a sock yarn. I got this from, well, not Wool Warehouse. If I remember what the name was, I will tell you later or write it down here in the comments. This is a wool 50 and 50 nylon content. Yes, it is wearing out now a little bit, but these are since 2013, right? So, and as I say, I wear them a lot. There you can see it's now just starting here at the very bottom. Now that I consider to be okay. So from the knitting point of view, it looks like, guys, when I say guys, I don't necessarily mean the sex. Guys, I just people. So I think I'm going to have to start knitting up some more socks. And I don't know what's been going on lately, but I have just not had any motivation. I start a row. Oh, look, oh, hang on, and I'll just show you my crochet. The top is still nowhere even close ready. I've just pulled out a stitch. Hang on. Let me just, yeah, look. This is the top. Okay, I'm on the back bit now. Okay, so this is the front. The front goes, let me see, up to here. Here we go. Here's the marker. And this is the back bit. And I haven't got any further. And I haven't started the sleeves or anything else yet. I just don't know. I sit down and I think, yeah, I'm in the mood. I'll do some now. And I do like half a row and then it's gone. Motivation gone. But I'm thinking maybe it's now coming back. I don't know whether I've been just so busy or whether I've just had a mental block because I was doing so much knitting and crocheting before Christmas and into Christmas that my body just said, no, I don't want to do anymore. I don't know what it was because I really enjoy it. It's my relaxed time and I enjoy sitting watching television. Well, I don't so much watch the television when I'm doing these projects because I'm looking at my work, but I listen and I look up every now and then. I'm not a knitter or crocheter that can watch a film and do it in the dark. Oh no, that would be horrendous. I don't know what kind of project that would end up to be, but definitely not a good one. I don't know, I'm looking at myself in the camera. I washed my hair yesterday. It was day 19 of my on day 19 I washed my hair and it's gone all, look, there must I got loads of flyaways today. It's just sticking off my head. Anyway, yeah, I know you guys have been bored with my hair videos for those that watch my channel only for the sake of knitting and crochet. However, let's get back to that. I think I'm going to have to make a few more socks. So that will be on my project. Now I have quite a lot of sock yarns, and I think I'll just do vanilla socks. By the way, on the subject socks, I've taken my patterns down on Etsy. They are now all on Ravelry. You can get them there on Ravelry. And I will be most probably doing more patterns, or inventing sounds silly, writing up more patterns, but that won't happen till most probably later in the year. Um, that's something I normally do in the autumn and winter time. Not last year because I was very busy doing other things. So my patterns are still all available on Ravelry. The only one that's not available is the one on all the spices, the vegan and normal spices, as in spices for vegans and those who aren't vegans. Because some of them contain, some of them are pastes as well. They're like with yogurt and things. Obviously, that's not vegan. So that's not available. If anyone's interested in that, then they'll have to contact me. Right, so that's also socks. I'm going to have to make more of. I'm still going to finish this top, obviously. I'm still working on the leggings as well. Well, I haven't been working on them. They're lying there, but I will start again. And I'm still going through in my head how crazy I'm going to go with those. Because as you know, the leg is fairly wide now. It's like those wide pantaloons. So they're very wide now because I didn't do the 2x2 rib. So it's going to go down, and I'm wondering whether I'm going to go completely crazy and then start decreasing below the knee, and then going fairly tight down towards the bottom. I'll have a look. Maybe I'll do something crazy like that because I like being a bit off the wall. And why not? If you're making it, why not? I don't want leggings. I don't like tight leggings, but I do want something where I can wear a t-shirt over, feel comfortable, and so on. Those are made of a sock yarn as well because I wanted them to be a bit more durable. Not ideal in color, as you could see. There was purples, blues, whites, and so on. But I'm intending to be wearing those with, when I go out with the dogs and stuff. You don't want to wear trousers or nice clothes because you get paws all over them and all sorts. So from that point of view, no. And as you see, I'm in the other room. This is now going to be my office, and I hope I can get used to this because I don't have quite the same nice view as I have from my kitchen living room. So I can't see out into the garden. I've got, as you can hear, the road noise. This side goes over out to the road. So it's not perfect, and I'm also aware that the lighting isn't exactly very good. Look, I don't know, maybe I'll move my chair around and sit looking that way. Maybe I'll do that. You don't want to see the mess that I've still got here. Look, all my projects. I'll just give you a short look. All my projects over here in baskets, finished products that I just haven't got around to putting up on eBay. It's not so much the time of putting it up. Well, that is one factor, but the other factor was the weather was too bad, and I didn't want to put something up and then I have to walk to the post office, which is quite far, to send it off. or take the scooter. When I say scooter, I mean the mobility scooter to the post office. Because if it's hammering it down with rain, or if you've got ice and snow, then I don't take the scooter out, and I don't want to be walking either. I don't want to injure myself. Being on my own, I've got to be aware that I have 3 dogs and that I do have responsibilities. I can't just lay injured somewhere in hospital. So from that point of view, I haven't put my things up on eBay yet. Or I did have them up when the weather was nice, but only like for 5 days, like on a bidding. So, what else is there to tell? Yes, I have made a mental note of the person who requested me to do a tutorial on socks, and I'm guessing if you're watching this, please will you reiterate whether you wanted to see a tutorial on knitting socks or whether you wanted to see a tutorial on loom socks? Because I was thinking of doing loom socks, but that now won't happen in the next couple of weeks. Time has just simply run out. This is disturbingly sticking out, mate. So please, would you reiterate what kind of request that was, what you precisely would like to see? So I have that in mind. I did want to do some a loom sock tutorial, and I wanted to do another crochet tutorial, but I'm not sure as to what exactly. And I'd like to do in this year, but this won't happen before maybe May, some color work knitting. And I was thinking of either going practical, because it's kind of color work knitting I've not done before with shapes of animals and things. I've not done a lot of that. Whether I'm going to do a jumper or whether I'm going to do hats and mittens for the winter. Well, I don't think I'll need the mittens, but a hat at least. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe of a jumper maybe with squirrels, or a hat with maybe birds and a bit of Norwegian style. I'm not sure, the country look-alike style, something like that, but not with trees. That's not my sort of favorite thing to do. I do like Fair Isle, but I think after having finished that Fair Isle jumper, which was quite a long project. My own fault, because I put it down and didn't write down the pattern and lost the pattern. My own fault. But I made it also extremely difficult for myself because I had so many colors in that. If I would have just chosen 3 or 4, it would have been easier. Not like in one pattern row 8. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might get into the mood later though. um what else is on? Oh yes, the other, as I was saying about the crochet, I'm a bit distracted today, aren't I? Finishing off that top, and then I wanted to remember I showed you out of the King Cole crochet that other top, or I think it's actually a dress, but I'll make it as a top. So I still want to do that. That's the next one up after I finish this one on the crochet side. Yeah, and I'll see if I can fit in some more socks in along the way. I'm still doing my knee highs, whereas I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to go full knee height length. I'm not sure yet. I'll see how it turns out. I have sort of a mental block on that right now as well, for the reason of I don't know whether I should rip them up and start again, because I noticed when I tried them on the other day that I've made the toe end just a bit too long for myself. I can, of course, I most probably have to plan in some shrinkage when I wash them, because these are complete wool, not with nylon. So that's Benny. What's happening? Nothing's happening. Shh. So I don't know whether I should leave it because there might be some shrinkage, or whether I rip it up and start anew. I most probably won't, but then it was me. I made a mistake. I was dreaming. I was knitting, not thinking, and then I finished finished my toes at a point far further than I normally do. And also, well, when I don't know, I showed you the other day. Well, actually, I'll just bring him. Let me just pause here for a sec. So here they are. You see, these are the balls inside. Right. You see here, here's the Scottish cable design. But here the tips are a lot more square than I wanted. Right, and it was quite a lot of work to figure out how to do. Oh, you can't see, that's the lighting. Okay, if I go like this, see the eye of the partridge heel? You see that? If I go like that, then you can most probably see it better. So it took quite some work to figure that one out with this type of heel, because it's knitted obviously toe up. Yeah, so I don't really want to rip these back, unravel them, until I've at least figured out also how I'm now going to increase with the pattern that's going to come up next, which I have sort of written down in rough for myself and just have to do. So I think maybe I'm going to sit down and just figure that one out, bite the bullet. Don't look at the frog too long that you have to swallow, and just do it. That was my own little pep talk. Yeah. I'm known to be the crazy dog woman, but or even the cone-coloured woman, traffic cone-coloured woman. That was from a few years back. I have one of these high-vis jackets, you know, with the bright orange and bright yellow, and then the stripes going everywhere for the reflective stripes. And I had one of those ear flap hats, not knitted by me, it was sort of Fair Isle, but in really blue and pink and yellow and orange, but neon. It was really so bright. I used to wear that in the winter, and it really looked like a cone. So yeah, everyone knew me for my outfit. But who cares? It was warm, and that's all. And I wanted to be visible with the dogs crossing so many main roads that I don't care what I look like when I go out there sometimes. Well, I do and I don't. You know, there's certain things, like with my hair rollers the other day, that was a bit unusual. People did look a bit more skew at me than usual. So yeah, so So that is those are my plans for the next few months. And I hope, guys, and I'm really sorry that I can't show you any finished objects nor anything that's really in the planning, except for the ones that you have already seen. It's because I've had no motivation whatsoever, and I don't understand it because I really, really love to crochet and knit. Yeah, and I haven't done much spinning either. My spinning wheel is still sat here in the corner. There it is. My Aubrey is sat there. Yeah, and I had to, now that I'm working out the office, I had to cover my chairs with blankets because the dogs like to sit here with me. A, because they can look out the window, see what's happening outside on the street, and B, because they're just like sitting around and being close. Yeah. So there's nothing much else to say, other than I'll do my best to show you something new and to give you a bit more excitement and yeah, move on. But one thing I know that I'm for certain, I'm not going to do more than one shawl this year. I think the project's just too big and I don't feel like knitting a shawl. I've tried a few out and I enjoy knitting shawls when I've got nothing else to do. So maybe towards end of the year, if anything, for Christmas. But I don't know how that's going to pan out this year, how I'm going to be doing those videos yet. I still haven't sorted the internet connection out properly for the end of the year. So I don't know how I'm going to be doing that, as in podcasting. That's all part of the planning I have to do now with my husband as well. And I'm saying a lot of ands today, aren't I? It shows because I just wanted to get a video out there and I didn't make any notes whatsoever. And I just thought of it ad hoc and thought I'd do it now, then it's done. So it's a completely unplugged and unplanned for video. I'm just waffling off the top of my head. Maybe not the best way to do it. But I never claim to be professional on these YouTube videos, and I just do the best I can at the current moment. So once again, I'll reiterate, if I remember where I bought that 50/50 yarn from, and it's sort of at the tip of my tongue. However, I can't think of it right now. The other yarn where the socks went wrong, that was I remember now, that was part of the BellaLana Marathon yarn. I've used BellaLana before and many times it's worked quite well, but I've used it mainly in shawl knitting and stuff because it does feel very soft and lovely. So that was BellaLana Marathon, which is 75% wool and 25% nylon. But the others, I cannot remember. Why can't I remember? Let me just pause. Maybe I've written it down somewhere. Let me just pause this video for a second. Okay, now this is why I couldn't remember. Because it's called Bedford Sewing and Knitting Company. That's the place I bought it from. They have a place close to me, obviously, because they're in Bedford. So I went to the actual warehouse. It's not a shop per se. It's more like a wholesale warehouse. So that's where I went. But they also have they also sell on eBay, and the yarn that I used was Yeoman That was the brand, and it's the 50-50, 50 wool, 50 nylon. I still have loads of that. They come in humongous cones. I think you must have seen those cones on one of the videos I did way back. Oh no, not on a video, because that was in Spain. I brought the cones down to Spain. No, not on a video, but they were on my Ravelry post when I was knitting. I was knitting a shawl because I was using some of it up, and I tried. What was the shawl now? Did I not post that up? Oh yes, the snow meltdown shawl. The snow meltdown shawl. So yes, I didn't write down the yarn here. Oh yes, I did. Yeoman Aurora. That's the one I used. It's exactly the same yarn. And once it's knitted and washed, it comes up beautifully. So yeah, it comes in 500-gram cones. I think they're actually made for knitting machines, and that's why it's called Bedford Sewing and Knitting, because they mainly sell yarns for knitting machines. So however, that is fantastic sock yarn for me. The more often you wash it, the softer it gets, and in the end, as you say, June 2013 is when I knit those socks, and they're only just starting to wear out a little bit now. So I most probably got a couple of months left in them, and then it'll start to show. So I still have different kinds of different colors of that yarn left. So I'm most probably just going to be doing some vanilla socks, and I still have from what's the other main company with the sock yarn? Regia. I've still got Regia sock yarn, and I also have from, is it Cascade Heritage? I think I still have some Cascade Heritage that I have not knit with ever before. So there's quite a few sock yarns that I have never knit before that I purchased last year. Thinking I'll try out a few different kinds of yarns. I bought them primarily thinking of hats and things. You know, I love my hats, especially crochet berets. But having said that, I might use them for socks, or some of them I might use just for socks. So I've rambled on about half an hour. I think that is enough for today. It wasn't an especially good video. However, guys, oh, she has just joined me. She's come. I just want to show you. So I've got two of my co-hosts here. I'm plugging my computer. I just want to show you two of my co-hosts. Shia and Benny. Baxter's, I don't know where Baxter is. He's most probably using the whole of the sofa in the living room for himself. Can finally stretch out without anybody disturbing him. You know, he's quite funny because he's got Chihuahua in him. He's got that typical, everything, this is my space, right? Like this. All of this is my space. So if anyone lies on the same sofa, even though there's at least a foot in between, even if both are stretched out, and if the other dog just moves, then he growls. A really nasty growl. And that's so typical for Chihuahua. Yeah, so anyway, so he's happy most probably in the living room, all having the sofa all to himself and all the nice blankets and so on. Right, enough is enough for today. Hope to speak to you soon. I'm trying not to keep, I'll try to squeeze a video in between, but I can only do that either early in the morning or when husband's out doing something else, which is not going to happen, I don't think, or he's not going to be out on his own. So from that point of view, it might be a couple of weeks or so until I can squeeze in another video. So please forgive me for that. I don't want to make promises, but I'll be back as soon as I can. What I most probably will be doing, but that won't be visible, is I will most probably be making a tutorial, which I can record, in bits and bits and bits as I go along. So I most probably will be doing that, so that I have something to put up when it's edited and so on. But that will also take longer time because I've only got like a few minutes here and there that I can do the tutorial or can do videoing. I've also got visitors coming around whilst my husband's here, so I'm going to have my hands full basically. So speak to you soon. It was lovely chatting to you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for those that are new subscribers, and welcome. And for those that have been watching my videos and that have been disheartened by me not showing any knitting, crochet, spinning, loom knitting, whatever crafty things, then please forgive me. It's not off my mind, and I am aware that you haven't had one of those videos for a long while. I'm sorry, and please do come back and watch again. Bye bye.